And we're live a few seconds early. I think it's about half a minute early. How you doing?
I'm swell. How are you?
Sweating. It's either hot or it's cold. It's left or it's right. I don't know, but it's not comfortable in my room. It's either too hot or too cold. And I'm still living with this nerve pain from my neck to my shoulder all the way down my arm. So it's been a rough month. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, I reckon. I will say, I did get this.
Oh, it's lovely.
I
got mine floating around here somewhere.
Whenever we do get to it, taking a look at just a couple pages here and there.
Yeah,
it looks pretty all right for the most part. Not too bad.
Nice. It's a pretty edition, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Have you ever read any of Pirkei Avot before?
No, I haven't. That's what I was saying. I was taking a look through the pages. I read a couple of pages and it was like, okay, I can understand that for the most part. At least the pages I read.
Yeah, it's like the Hebrew isn't so difficult if you know biblical Hebrew, all right?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at that. There's an alert saying that Michael's entered the studio. There's never been an alert before. That's the first time.
That. We do have some comments as well.
Yeah, we've got Archival Blob saying hello, and also Adam. So good evening. I hope everybody's well. How you doing out there, Michael? Oh, we're not getting him on screen yet.
Yeah, I don't hear him either.
Pop up on here.
Yeah.
Well, I can see his face down in the little stage down at the bottom, but he's not moving. And the one that I pulled up isn't working.
That's odd.
We'll put him back up when he comes on. I can see him moving. So we are, again, reading from David's story, right? This is August 18th, 2025. And the reading today is kind of difficult. Colton and I went through it and found some pretty hard stuff. I see Michael's moving now, so I'm going to move him on stage. Howdy, what's up?
Hey.
Welcome.
There we go.
Good evening or afternoon. How you doing?
I'm trying to get that. I think I got the screen right this week, I think.
Yeah, looks good right now.
Yeah. You guys are going to see me favoring my arm. I'm like trying to rub it a little bit. It's sore. Oh, where'd it go? No, it dropped off. These, again, are our wonderful, fantastic Patreon contributors. So thank you guys so much for what you do for me. Really appreciate it. If you are able, please go to patreon.com/TheHebrewCafe to help me out. It's really nice. When Michael comes back, I see him coming back. And there's a button up there saying add to stage as well. They're changing things on this software. Welcome back, Michael.
Hopefully I stay back.
There's the old saying in academia is like publish or perish. I feel like for like app creators and software designers, it's like update or die. Like it's like it doesn't matter if it's broken or not. We gotta do it different. It's
kind of nice the things that they're adding, but
yeah,
it's an expensive service, so they better have some stuff. We are looking at 2 Samuel chapter 5 this week at David becoming king over Israel. We'll probably get through David becoming king and then hopefully the names of his children, and then maybe next week we'll get to him conquering Jerusalem. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the order, but it's a difficult chapter to read. It's 2 Samuel chapter 5. This is the look of the passage in the beginning. And here we go, verse 1. Verse 1 is pretty standard. Do you want to read that one, Michael?
Sure. Am I still there?
Yep.
Vayavu, Kol, Shibate Israel El David Keber Keber Kebor Keborne
Hevrona. That's Hevrona.
Kevorna.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta move this. Beamor Nenu.
So
That's not
Vayomru,
say
Vayomru, Vayomru,
Lamru Lamu
Lemor.
Lamor
Mm-hmm.
Nenu
Mm-hmm.
Atzmaka the Shorut Shor
Uvesarecha, Uvesarecha.
Shar Ruka. Oh, it's all right. I didn't. That's it. Shit. A sin, not a sheen.
Yeah. Uvesarecha. This is the word basara.
All right. And your flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Anak.
Anachnu.
Anak.
Yeah.
Anak.
So Vayavohu Kol Shivtei Yisrael. This is Shevet. Shevet. Shevet.
All the tribes.
That is tribe. So all the tribes of Israel came
Israel. To
to
David.
David, to Hebron.
To that's towards Hebron. To Hebron.
Yep. And they
And
said,
they said, saying, Behold,
us,
us,
Hinenu, behold
our
us,
bones and our flesh.
your bone
Oh, your bones.
and your
Your
flesh
flesh.
are we.
All right, yeah.
Behold us, your bone and your flesh are we. In other words, we're all related somehow. We're all the same kin. So all the tribes of Israel came to David in Hebron, and they said, saying, Behold us, your bone and your flesh are we. Okay, the text gets considerably more difficult than that. It gets real hard. Colton, you want to take verse 2?
Sure. גם אתמול, גם שלשום, בחיות שאול מלך עלינו, אתה היית המוציא והמביא את ישראל. ויאמר אדוני לך, אתה תראה את עמי את ישראל, ואתה תחיה לנגיד על ישראל. So in the past, even in the past, when Saul was king over us, you were going out. You brought out and maybe and
So you should maybe make these as substantive. You were the one bringing out, and the one bringing in.
And the one bringing, it's okay, like maybe like the with the Aleph at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the one bringing in Israel. And the Lord
so if
said,
I were going to do Ketiv Kriya, I would also add one right there, right?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Because Mevi should have an Aleph.
Yeah, and the Lord said, for you, and the Lord said to you, you will shepherd my people, Israel, and you will be a leader over them.
And why is Ata there? Isn't it enough to say Tir'et Ami? V'ayit la nigid al Israel? Why do we have to say Ata? Ata.
I don't know that you have to say it, but because it's there, I would say it's because in order to focus David as the subject, you will do this
As opposed
and
to,
you, as opposed to anyone else.
yeah, or specifically Saul, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
Saul
even when
or,
Saul was alive,
or
he said,
Jonathan
"You're the
or
one."
yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
Archival Bob says, "Holy, creative Batman." Yes, because we had Hamotzi very clear. For emphasis, the Atta is very emphatic, as opposed to Saul, as he was brought up previously in the verse. Yep.
Yeah.
While
That's really
Saul was king over us, God said, "You are the one who will shepherd my people."
true. Yeah. It's good.
Indeed. Okay. Verse 3. What's
Yeah,
up?
sorry, I was just gonna see if there's anything else I thought was funny. I don't think
Ah.
so. Yeah, can you go over the Vehema V? Yeah, so that was what I was struggling with, Adel. You should. This is maybe like the Hifil of Lavo, to come, but the Hifil so to bring. It's just missing the quiescent aleph at the end. It's probably the best way I know to say that. Yeah. For whatever reason, it's not written, and that's what Jason was saying. He's like, I would add that in. So, Vahemotzi, the one who, add it as a Katif Kari as well. So the one who brought out and the one who brought in Israel.
When it's talking about bringing them out and in, it means the army. You lead the army out of the city and you lead them back into the city after the campaign is done.
I do have the Aleph as
the BHS has it as Kari.
Yeah, the Aleph, yeah. And he said on the one on Accordance does at least.
I pulled from Mechon Mamre and it didn't work.
Yeah, I'll see if the hard copy has it. I'm sure it does if the Accordance one does.
Actually, the verse in the BHS has it written with an aleph in Logos, at least.
Yeah. What book is this? Okay, 2 Samuel 5.
Look at that. You see that the word Hayita, word Hayita ends in a hay. So it could be that this hay should just be connected to that. Hayita Vamevi, and we're just missing the aleph, which maybe was dropped because of the similarity there as well.
Oh, look at that. That's good. Good eye. That's a good eye, Jason.
In Logos, it's got it kind of funny. I'll show you. Logos has it with the hay just hanging out there. That's supposed to be joined to Motzi and Hamevi with Aleph. And then there are all these notes, and some manuscripts are like the Kri, and some manuscripts are like the Kri. And it says there are manuscripts interwallum. I don't know what that means. Interwallum.
Oh, in the hard, okay, but in the hard copy, it is written like Machon Mamre of BHS. Yep, without the aleph. But it does have it. It does have it as a gray as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
We solved all the mysteries around that verse. Good luck with the rest of the verses.
I know the rest of these verses are a mess. This verse is clear, but the following few. ויבואו כל זקני ישראל אל המלך חברונה, ויכרות להם המלך דוד ברית בחברון לפני אדוני, וימשכו את דוד למלך על ישראל. So we saw in the previous bit that David was already anointed king over Israel, but now he's actually starting to reign. When in this point, when all the elders of Israel come and anoint him, at this point he really becomes king. Because remember when Samuel went to Bethlehem, he poured oil on his head. So that was his first anointing. Anyway, it says, all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, in Hebron, and the king, David, made for them a covenant in Hebron before the Lord. And they anointed David king over Israel. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. He's in Hebron at this point. Okay. What do we got as far as comments?
Yeah, Otto has a question as well. Yeah, after that one. Go ahead.
Has this expression been used before? Atzmacha uvasarcha. Well, what about Adam and Eve? This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
Yeah.
Etzem atzmotai, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. Sar bsari, I think. But as far as your flesh and bone, it's a common expression. I don't think it's that odd. Neat observation and vibing. Yes, indeed. All right. That was pretty clear, verse 3. We're going to have some clear verses. So, Michael, you want to take verse 4?
Ben Shilashim Shana Navi the Malachu
Molcho.
Malcho Arba'im Malcho Arba'im Shana Malach Malach.
Okay, so Malach is Kal, he reigned, and the Molcho, this is O and this is O. Molcho, this is infinitive construct. This is in his reigning, meaning when he became king. So David was Ben Shloshim Shana David ben Molcho, Arba'im Shana Malach. Okay, you know how to translate that?
We reigned for 40 years.
He reigned for 40 years.
40 years.
40 years. So he was 30 years old, David, when he became king. He was 30 when he became king, and he reigned for 40 years. Means that David died when he was 70. Because he was 30 when he became king, and he reigned for 40 years. We'll be able to check that out later, but we're not going to get to the point of his death in our reading. Great. Verse 5. Colton?
Yeah, sorry. בחברון מלך על יהודה 7 שנים ו6 חודשים. ובירושלים חודשים.
Chodashim. And so not Sheva, but Sheva. Accent is here.
Okay.
And not Yehuda, but Yehuda. Accent is there.
ובירושלים מלך 33 שנה. Sorry, I was making sure I got all the accents right. Forgot to finish the Al Kol Yisrael Vihuda.
Yes.
So he ruled in Hebron over Jerusalem.
No.
Over Judah. Sorry, same thing in my brain, I guess. They're not. 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he ruled for 33 years over all of Israel and Judah.
Yeah. So when he was in Hebron, he was ruling only over Judah. And when he came to Jerusalem, he ruled over Judah and all of Israel. Very nice. So 7.5 years and then 33 years. All right. Verse 6, Vayelech hamelech v'anashav Yerushalayim el hayevussi yoshev haaretz. ויאמר לדוד לאמור, לא תבוא הנה, כי אם הסירך העברים והפסחים לאמור, לא יבוא דוד הנה. Okay, this is where the difficulty of the chapter begins. So the king went, and his men, this is directional, to Jerusalem. The king and his men went to Jerusalem, to the Jebusite, meaning the Jebusite people, inhabitant of the land, meaning that the Jebusite people was the land's inhabitants, the land around Jerusalem, because Jerusalem was a Jebusite city. And he said, this is not he, but it's the Jebusite, meaning the Jebusite people, they said to David, saying, so ugly, David shall not come here. You shall not come here, because I'm going to take the im as a whole sentence being elided. If you do, hesircha ha'ivrim va'pischim, the blind and the lame, B and L, blind and lame, will remove you. If you try it, they will remove you, or they'll take you out of the way. Saying, David will not enter here. Like the blind and lame will prevent you from coming in. The blind is iver, ein, vav, resh. It's this form, iver. The dagesh is missing from the plural because of Skinam Levi. Iver. And lame, a person who wobbles or can't walk straight. This is piseach. Okay, the structure piseach iver with a dagesh in the middle, it's the same structure to represent, it's a vocalic pattern that represents impairment, like perfection, maybe a sickness. Like iver, piseach, kereach, bald, someone who is bald, it's the same vocal pattern, kereach. Someone who can't speak, someone who's mute. What's the word for that? I've lost it in my head. Hold on, let's. Ilem? No. Mute. Hold on, I'll get this. Well, deaf is cheresh. Isn't it ilem? The word for somebody who can't speak.
Mute.
Is it ilem in Hebrew? Yes. They say it means dumb. That's the word that they use in halot. Dumb. Ilem. So the same pattern, the E with the dagesh and the E. Kereach, bald. Keresh, because it has the resh, it rejects the dagesh, but has compensatory lengthening. So let's say Keresh is deaf. This one. Keresh. Kereach. Someone who's bald. Kereach, it's the same pattern. Bald head. We said ilem. Ilem is someone who can't speak. This is the pattern, the vocalic pattern of someone who has a disability or an imperfection in their body, an impairment of some kind. Okay, so iver and piseach is somebody who's blind and lame. So this is a difficult passage because of what we've got going on with the word im right there. For some reason, it's im hesircha ha'ivrim va'pischim, and there's no structure to the sentence. It's im with nothing else. So I'm going to just fill in im here and put a sentence after it. If you try, then this will happen. Okay. Michael, we're back to you. You ready to read? Hold on, we got some things here. Yeah. When I was looking for the word Elam in my head, he said also he offered that word. We got some things. Hold on, lots of stuff going on. Adel from Archival Bob. Etzem and Basar appear collocated 9 times in the Tanakh. Very nice. These are the verses for their collocation. And he says it's always with pronominal suffix. The word on paper is the vessel, a body. The true interpretation is the light. Okay, that's mystical. All right, child. How about cheresh? Yes, exactly. The word on paper dies in the terms of. I have no idea what you're talking about. And domem. Domem isn't really an impairment. It just means something that is not like moving or breathing, inanimate. Doesn't have any spirit, any breath. All right, number 7. We're back to you, Michael.
Jacob, David, et Zudat, Zion, Yair, David.
That just says he.
He, all right.
Vayikol David et Mitzudat Zion. He David. What does that mean?
David captured.
You know the word lachad? Yes, captured. David captured, or this is the word also for trapped. He captured et Mitzudat Zion.
Fortress of Zion.
That's or the citadel of Zion, the fortress of Zion, whatever this built-up, fortified place is, yeah?
It became, which is the city of David.
Yeah. When you see he, because you've got Mitzudat Zion, and it's giving another name for it. So in Latin, it would be id est. I.e. I.E. Id est. Mitzudat Zion, i.e. the city of David. All right. Very cool. So David captured it. They told him, don't come here. He won't come here, right? And then it says that David captured the citadel of Zion, which is on the wall of the city. And from there, he's going to make an incursion into the city. Okay. Verse 8.
Vayomer David.
Another difficult verse. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Vayomer David Bayom Hahu. Kol Makke Yevusi Vayiga Batsinor. Ve'et HaPischim Ve'et HaIvrim. Senue Nefesh David. Al Ken Yomru Iver Upiseach Lo Yavo El Habayit.
This feels like something that has to do with the Torah limitations. Like, because the Torah says that somebody who is pagum, that has like an imperfection in their body, they're not allowed to come into the temple, right, to offer sacrifice.
Yeah, when we read it, it also reads like naming ceremonies or ideologies as well to me. Like just that whole kind of vibe of like, to this day it is called this for this reason, and it like it says stuff around the word and then it finally says the thing that it's called. I don't know. That's what it feels like. Anywho.
I think this verse starts to make better sense to me now, but go through it and we'll see if it
all right, yeah. All right. David said in that day, everyone who strikes a Jebusite, he should arrive by the Sinor, by the waterway. He should touch the waterway. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that's adjustive, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got
Let
the
him
floor.
touch the. Yeah, he should. What did I say?
I think it's probably the idea of coming that way also.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we're supposed to get into the city.
Yeah.
And I think that Eta Pischim Eta Ivrim is basically acting like a what's it when you're renaming. He says Kol Makeyivusi, and then I think that there's Eta Pischim Eta Ivrim Snunei Nefesh David.
Like apposition.
Yeah, apposition.
Okay.
That these are positives to the Yavusi.
Yeah.
Because the Yavusi were saying even the blind and lame would keep him from entering. And so he's saying, fine, you try to keep me from entering, and I will just call you blind and lame.
Mm-hmm.
And these are those who hate, that David hates.
Okay. Those who hate the soul of David. Those who hate the life
Who
of
are
David.
hated by the soul of David.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Snunei Nefesh David.
Yeah, hated
it.
but yeah. I don't know. I still don't know that it makes much sense. Therefore, they will say blind and lame shall not come into the house. Should not
I
enter
don't know
the
if it's they will say, like he's saying what people will say in the future, but that's why they would say. Therefore, would they say a blind and lame person will not enter the house?
I don't know. Right. I got you. It just depends on how you read everything else. I don't know. Like it's still so much nonsense in my head. I can't keep it all straight.
Yeah, it's not an easy one. Not an easy verse. And reading the translations didn't help whatsoever. It seems like they tried to just cover it up.
Yeah.
Let's look at the NRSV, and we'll see that it just tries to cover it up. It's verse 8. Verse 8. Where'd it go? David had said on that day, whoever would strike down the Jebusites, let him get up the water shaft to attack the lame and the blind, those whom David hates. Therefore it is said, the blind and the lame shall not come into the house. The NIV says something similar. On that day, David said, anyone who conquers the Jebusites will have to use the water shaft to reach those lame and blind who are David's enemies. That's why they say the blind and lame will not enter the palace. Okay. Difficult to understand, but we can see how they're trying to gloss over the difficulties. Right? All right. I wonder if we could look up in the Torah where it says the blind and lame will not go to offer sacrifices or something like that. Let's check real quick just where the word blind appears.
Archival Blob has a message as well. Whenever you get to it.
I guess we'll look specifically at that word because it doesn't seem to. What's he have to say?
He said to look at the BHS and then see what this word means that he had listed in here.
Paraxifili.
The dagger.
I don't know. No, I'm not familiar with that word. But let's look real quick for Uvel.
It's the dative of a dagger. So, like with a dagger. Paraxifis is paraxifis. Paraxifis. What is this? Paraxifis. Yeah. So it's dagger in the dative. Carried on the belt beside the saber. It's found.
These are
here.
Okay, so this is Exodus 4:11. Who gave man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or mute? Who gives him sight or makes him blind? Is it not I, the Lord? So we've got Iver and Cheresh and Pikeach. Pikeach is like the opposite. This is like somebody who's able to see. But it also means like someone who's not drunk. They're sober. Ilem, mute. Okay, let's look at the other one. Let's try to see something where it says that they can't come into the. I don't know why it's giving me Or and Iver as if it's the same. Okay, this one says don't curse the deaf or put a stumbling block in front of the blind. That's nice. This is Leviticus 21:18. Every man that has some blemish in him shall not approach, a blind man or a cripple or chawum or sarua. So if you're not to approach, it means you're not supposed to come up to the temple. So this says specifically that a blind and piseach will not come up to offer sacrifices. So that's the connection that I'm making in my head to this, where it says the blind and lame will not approach. Septuagint took the water spout as a dagger. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what that word means, a participity.
Yeah, because for us, sino in modern Hebrew for sure means a pipe, something that water's transferred in.
It's just
and also,
sorry, I just imagine like sharks and jets.
Airplane is a flying pipe.
Sorry, I just imagine like sharks and jets, like gangs in an alley with one guy with a pipe ready to swing on somebody. That's just what my brain went to.
No, we say that
like a switchblade.
Airplane is a tzinor me'ofef, flying tube. All right. Anyway, so let's see. We are Vayeshev in verse 9. Who read verse 8? Colton. Yep. So verse 9. Vayeshev David ba Mitzudah. This was Mitzudat Zion. Okay. Vayikra la ir David. Vayivel David saviv min hamilo vabait. So David lived in the Mitzudat Zion, and he called it the city of David, which we already knew that from the previous verse, right? And David built around it from the Milo, I don't know where that is, Vabaita, and to the house, meaning and inside, like from wherever's outside to the inside. I'm not sure what the Milo is. Milo. Let's see, this is 2 Samuel. Uh, 5:9. Let's see. The NIV says from the supporting terraces inward. And it says in the footnote, or the Milo, whatever the Milo is. NRSV says David built the city all around from the Milo inward. Let's see, the Tanakh from 1985 says David also fortified the surrounding area from the Milo inward, and it says that the Milo is another citadel. So from there back toward the Mitzudat David. In RSV, you just transliterates it. Yeah, I think most do. They consider it a place name. Okay, so we are on verse 10 for Michael.
Vayarek David Amok V'Gedol Vayahava
That's
Elohei.
Adonai, right? Va Adonai.
Oh, all right. Elohe, Zavaot, Imo.
Mm-hmm. Adonai Elohei Tzvaot Imo. Okay. Vayelech David haloch vegadol. Very idiomatic.
And David went. Oh, it's in the
Mm-hmm.
great.
So haloch vegadol are two infinitives absolute. It means going and growing.
Oh, all right.
And David went going and growing.
In the
Meaning
Lord God,
David became greater and greater. Vayelech David haloch vegadol. David became greater and greater.
in the to the I don't how would you say that? To the God of armies with him.
Mm-hmm. And Adonai, the God of hosts, was with him.
All right, I have to insert the was. All right.
It's a verbless clause. V'Adonai Elohei Tzvaot imo. Adonai, the God of hosts, was with him. A lot of people think every time that we see Adonai Tzvaot, that we should imagine that the word Elohei has been elided. Adonai Tzvaot, the Lord of hosts. It's kind of weird to use God's name in a construct. So it's probably the Lord God of hosts is what we should be thinking that means. I think they're probably right, but because it's not normal to use a construct with a personal name. There is, though, one other example that people pull up, and that is the example of it's where it says Yud He Vav He and his Asherah. And Asherah is a goddess's name, but they put his on the end of it. Let's see. Archival Blood says sometimes halach has this use of continuing increase, like the increasing storm in Jonah. Yes, exactly. Olech v'soer. Exactly. It's a common expression. It's even used in modern Hebrew. Olech v'gadel. We don't say gadol. Olech v'gadel. It gets bigger and bigger. Olech v'gadel. All right, verse 11. I think you're
That's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Vayishlach Hiram. Sorry. Vayishlach Hiram melech tzor malachim el David. Va'atzei arazim v'choroshe charashe. Sorry. V'charashe eitz. V'charashe even kir. V'yivnu bait le David. V'yivnu vayit le David. Sorry, I'm gonna figure out how to read one day. And Hiram, the king of Tyre, sent messengers to David and cedar wood and carpenters and those who can make stone walls. And they built David, and they built a house for David.
Is it that they can make stone walls, or that they like fashion wall stone? That is, that it's a type of stone that's used for making walls.
Yeah.
Craftsman of wood, a craftsman of wall stone.
Yeah, I was just trying to smooth it
No,
over.
I mean, yeah, obviously the craftsmen of wood are the people who can fashion and build with wood.
Yeah.
So these are the ones who fashion these stones and build with them, I guess.
Yeah.
It is weird, Evan Keel. Never heard that before.
Yeah.
Maybe
it'd be like, for me, like I'm just trying to think. It'd be like saying like a framer somebody who frames, like the framer of the house is different than like the finisher, you know. Like that's just how I'm thinking of it. It's like these are people that make the stone and put up the walls, you know.
Yeah.
They're the framers. Anyway.
I wonder how buildings were built of wood and stone back then.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Because I thought they were, I mean, I see it in my head more of like adobe, like mud bricks or something.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, of course, like opulent, more opulent houses. Of course, I definitely can. They'd use more opulent material, so it's like they Is it? I'm gonna get this wrong. Is it Caesarea where they have there's a synagogue there where they have one corner of it dug out. Oh, that's the most Kentucky thing I ever did say. The one corner of it, and so that you can see below the like limestone foundation, there's native basalt stone, like the black basalt stone that's native to the area underneath it. So when they came in and they built on top of it, they built it with the more opulent stone in their eyes, like the Roman, like Greco-Roman limestone, white stone. Instead
but think of how far apart the time periods are, though.
Yeah, no. I agree. I'm just saying that like the general practice of bringing in whatever is perceived to be more like higher status in order to like for these more like official public important buildings. That was all I was trying to do with that.
The stone might have been covering over the normal, like the wood and whatever mud, brick, whatever.
Yeah,
would be covered over by this fancy stone, maybe.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, could be.
Because like you can see that also with the fact that the ark itself is fashioned from wood, the Ark of the Covenant, and then it's covered with gold. Right? It wasn't made of pure gold. Well, first of all, gold's too soft. It wouldn't have been able to hold anything. We've got Blob saying that I hate calling you Blob. It's just funny. There's Habakkuk 2:11 Habakkuk that says, "Ki even mikir tizak v'chapayim etz ya'anenu." Interesting. It says a stone will cry out from a wall, I guess. A stone from the wall will cry out, and the hands of the wood will answer. I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't really understand that. I don't understand a lot of the prophecy stuff, like all the stuff that Rock is saying here about Epiphany, Epiphania, about writing books with the hidden temple. I like these things, prophecy and everything mystic and whatever. It's beyond me. I'm not that type of person. He's having a vibe. Yes. I don't understand any of that kind of stuff. So, all right, verse 12. Vayeda David ki echino Adonai lemelech al Yisrael, v'chi nisei mamlachto ba'avor amo Yisrael. So David knew. The word "knew" is sometimes like you came to a realization. You knew it. You found out. You figured out. Something like that. David knew that the Lord, that is Adonai, had prepared him, echinoto, for king over Israel. So God had prepared him as king over Israel, or he had made him king over Israel, and that his kingdom, Niseh. It's kind of rough because Niseh is masculine, but Mamlachto is feminine. Mamlacha. Anyway, his kingdom was raised up or exalted for the sake of his people Israel. Niseh is masculine. Is that supposed to be the subject of that? Let's see. Translation, so verse 12. David knew that the Lord had established him king as king over Israel and had exalted his kingship. Okay, and so hu niseh et mamlachto. He raised up his kingship for the sake of his people as well. So the niseh, the subject is the Lord. Come back to this. Niseh, the subject is Adonai. Adonai echino veniseh. Et mamlachto. I was thinking that niseh would be the verb and mamlachto would be the subject, but it's kind of funky that way. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Le'achin we use for preparing or making. Today it's even used as like you make food or you make. אתה מסדר את המיטה, אבל אתה מכין אוכל. In this case, he prepared him as king, or he made him king. Yeah. Yes, niseh is piel, lenaseh. It's used in the Bible for like making something high or exalted. In the Nephal, you would see it in Isaiah chapter 6, where he says, ראיתי את אדוני יושב על כיסא רם ונישא. Ram Venisa. I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and exalted. Ram Venisa. That's Nephal. All right, cool. And so high and exalted. Verse 13.
Vayikach David Od Togeth Hu Vageshim Benashim.
That's a hard word. This word is pilegesh in the singular, pilegesh. In the plural, pilagashim it's kind of like isha nashim. That it's a feminine word that has a masculine looking ending. Pilagshim are concubines. These are women that are not his wives.
Well, they pulled most of my teeth so I can have heart surgery, and it's hard for me to even speak English, no less another language.
No problem. That's a hard word right there, though.
No, I got to choose my words even in English to speak. I got to get teeth yet. Benashim.
Good luck with that.
Yerushalayim. Akre, Go, the Hebron, Ulek, Uladim.
This is Vayiladu.
Od, David, Banim, Ubenot.
Yeah, so we're going to get into David's kids here. Okay, Vayikach David. So David took Od, Pilagshim Benashim, Yerushalayim, because he was already married, remember, to Michal, Saul's daughter. Did he have any other daughter or wives at that time? I don't know.
Abigail
was also his wife? Okay, I think so. I think you're right. But here we see that when he got into Jerusalem, he took other concubines and wives that lived in Jerusalem.
Abigail was actually dispersed, I believe, aside from Michael.
Ah, yeah. I mean, I remember the name of Abigail. I don't remember.
He took her from the pool there. Nabal.
This is the whole.
Yeah. He came to the field with his men, asked for food. Nabal said no. Nabal's Abigail, she's like, "Are you stupid?" And then she went and tried to change, David was like, "I'm going to come back and kill you." And then when we come back, you're dead, man. So she went and smoothed things over with him. I think Nabal ended up dying anyway somehow, and he took Abigail.
Heart attack, I believe.
And he ended up taking Abigail as his wife after he died. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then Michal, and then 100 others. All right. אחרי בואו מחברון, excuse me. after his coming from Hebron. His coming. That's an infinitive construct. Okay. Vayivaledu, this is Nifal. Nolad. Nolad,
Okay.
they were born. He was born. Noladu. Noladu, they were born. So this is the future is Yivaled. Yivaled. That's he will be born. So Yivaledu would be the plural, and Vayivaledu, this is the verb consecutive. They were born. So more were born to David, sons and daughters. And so David had other sons and daughters. Cool. This will be the end. We'll do these 3 verses in succession with David's kids. That'll be the end. Colton?
Oh, okay, my bad. ואלה שמות הילודים לו בירושלים, שמוע ושובב ונתן ושלמה. And these are the names of those born to him in Jerusalem. Shemua, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon.
Okay, so the word Yilod is just an adjective meaning born. Right? These are the names of the ones born to him. All right. V'yivchar v'Elishua v'Nefeg v'Yafia. These are just 4 more names of children. And then v'Elishama v'Eliada v'Eliphelet or Eliphalet. And so these are David's kids that were born to him in Jerusalem. And that would be the end of our session for today. We're 4 minutes out and we need to go to the next session.
So
All right, thank you guys very much. What else have we got over here? We got comments, sorry. Should have been seeing that from the middle. Yeah, of course, Pierre. And children again were born to David makes me think of the importance of virility in the kingdom's ancient cultures. Yeah, he needed to have successors. He'd enter the days of, and notice that it would be if somebody had come and killed David, like they killed Saul, it would have been difficult to chase down all of his little rugrats and kill off the bloodline. Right? Or David went and killed off Saul's bloodline like this. All right, we'll see you guys in a few minutes in the next session for grammar. We are session 35. We're at the end of the the end of the book.
Woo!
We'll see you in a minute.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
a lot. Thanks, Michael.